billion seconds?
1,000. Look at all my weeks,
No, that's
my
trillion.
days, my hours, and look at all those seconds.
2.5 trillion.
Isn't that amazing? I got a little birthday card with that on it, so I asked Michael if he'd put that on there for me. Okay, I am going to hopefully tell you a little bit about what my life was like, starting when I was little. And I won't go into a lot of details because I don't want to bore you, but I just wanted you to see what life was like way back in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, and 70s, and 80s, and 90s. Okay. See if I can do this right now. Okay. I was born in Idaho Falls, and we lived in a little town called Roberts, Idaho, and we lived way out in the boonies. So on your way here, you probably saw lots of sagebrush and lots of cacti and all kinds of things like that. That's kind of what it looked like out there. And this was where we lived. So this little house right here, very little for 8 people. I don't know what to say about it, except I bet there's one thing you can tell about our house. There's one big noticeable thing that...
No bathroom!
So the fun thing about this is... What? Okay. So the fun thing about this is... Oh yeah. You notice there's a big potty and a little potty. My dad decided that for our birthdays one year he was going to draw the house we were born in, or the place we were born. I said, I don't want the hospital, I want the house I was born in, that I lived in after that. So he drew this house. Now, I was just little, but I just want you to know that in the wintertime, the snow came this high, I promise you, right up to there. And my older siblings built a tunnel that went all the way through and down and around. Anyway, they had a lot of fun with the snow. Okay. I want you to see what an adorable baby I was. There we go. See? But on this one, I'm going to say this before you guys do. I haven't changed much.
Still grumpy?
No, look at the cheeks.
Grumpy. And the hairline.
And you know, I hardly have any hair now.
Mom, look at the picture on the left. I can see a lot of Sarah in your mom.
Sarah and my mother.
Yep.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's my mother. And this David, and this is Abe. This is the one that was here tonight. Right here.
He looks like Mike. Not Mike. His.
Mike?
Not our Mike.
Oh, his Mike. This right here. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Can you guess which one's me?
The little one.
The-
The one that looks like Linda.
Like Linda.
Oh, really?
With the grumpy face. The third girl.
Well, we all have squinty eyes. If you guys have squinty eyes, you know where you get it from. So this is David and Abe, and this is my sister Margaret, Geraldine, and Elaine, and Nola. Nola makes me think of Emily because she has to spread her skirt out to show how cute she is. Right, Emily? I'm trying to Oh, now, on that farm, Dad didn't have anyone older, any boys older, so he had to use his daughters to help. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Now what do I do? No.
Wrong. Go there. There you go.
I can't find the pointer.
Press the button once.
There we go. So this is my sister Margaret, and this is me and my little brother Richard. And these are the horses that she plowed or harrowed, I think that's harrowing. And she would get so lonely that she would want us to be with her, so we used to ride all the way down and up the road there.
That's it. That's it. Margaret.
What?
Margaret.
I want to prove to you that I loved animals. There's my little kitten.
She's just choking it.
You're choking it.
I know. Poor thing.
She loves animals.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
And I want you to see that the car is really dirty, but let me explain why.
Car wash.
There, I should have showed you at the first house that if this place had sand, we didn't have any grass whatsoever. And it would just blow of dirt on there, and Mother constantly sweeping out the dust, the sand from the house. It was really hard. It was hard on Mother because she had to cook from a coal stove, and our heat was from a coal stove. But there was one thing that was in that house that was worth everything in the whole world, and that was a thing called love. And we loved each other so much. It was full of love and full of music. That's yeah, I'm always frowning on that. Oops. But I wanted you to see that we love dogs too. See, there's our dog named Tippy, right there.
He lived on the farm too. He ate on the farm only.
That's
Right?
absolutely
No,
we never
no
fed
other
them.
food.
We didn't feed our animals.
Farm
They
food
fed
only.
themselves.
You should make a note.
So
She told me that's how I should feed my dog.
this sister right here is Elaine. She always took care of me. She took me for a walk out into the desert, and I fell into some cactus, and it hurt. And I cried
did
and
that.
cried. I was about that age too.
Say you
That's
were
probably
Will.
why I'm crying there. She had to take me home and lay me down on the bed and pull out all those little.
Will knows all about that.
Yeah, Willie knows that, don't you? Okay, when I was almost 6, we moved to Dayton, Idaho. My dad got a farm as a foreman for the Oneida Steak Farm. So we moved there. And this is a farm. And I'll tell you, we had more fun. We ran all over that place. We had all this, anywhere we wanted to go, we could run. There was a canal right here. My brother made a little raft, and he and I got on that raft and went all the way down. And pretty soon it was time to come back, and he had to pull me back. And he was barefooted and hurt his feet. But this barn right here, that's where we had the fun. It was full of hay. Sometimes the hay became mountains. Sometimes it became a stagecoach. Sometimes it was whatever our imaginations wanted it to be. It was just fun. And this was our beautiful home, and it was wonderful to move to this house because it had an electric stove, it had a furnace, it had indoor plumbing, everything was lovely. So,
Grass?
no, when we first moved there, it did not have grass, but we have grass now. And Dad, he planted these trees, and I was just a little girl, and I said, "Oh, I can't wait till those trees grow and I can make a swing." He laughed at me and he says, "You'll be long gone by then." Now they're all grown up. We had to run down this lane to get to the bus, right here. So,
What did Grandpa farm?
what did he farm?
Yep.
Beets mostly,
Sugar beets?
sugar beets, hay. We had a garden. We had, I don't know, we mostly ate off the land actually. Whoops. Oh, there we go. All right. Does that look like Sarah?
Yep.
This was my first day to go to school. My grandmother made that outfit for me. And you gotta remember, I lived in Roberts, way out in the boonies. I did not ever have a friend. My friends were my brothers and sisters. I didn't know what it was like to have neighbors come over, anything. So here I come, I have to go to school, never went to kindergarten, so this is my first grade. I went in to school, sat down, and when Mother left, I cried and cried, and I wouldn't stop crying until she let me sit with my best friend. So I just didn't have her.
That's what I thought you said.
Helen, I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay, we had a horse named Tony. And for us, for Richard and me who were on the horse, Richard and me were on the horse. David's right here. And when we were on it, little Tony, old Tony was just gentle as can be. But if Abe or David got on there, oh, they had fun. That horse would just go as fast as it could. But we loved that horse. And they made my hair in a ponytail, which was fairly new in those days. I don't know why, but it was new. And they took a picture of me, and David's in the background there, hiding, because he wasn't supposed to be in the picture. We still have that old car.
Looks like he's giggling.
I know.
Giggling.
It's being funny. And there's that old barn. It looks pretty rough there. Christmas time.
There's Linda.
Which one? Both of them?
One holding the baby doll.
Oh, they're both holding the doll.
No, the one on the left.
Okay.
One that looks like Linda.
That's Linda.
Yep.
Christmas time for us was absolutely magical. It was so magical. Because we didn't have a lot of money. We hardly had any presents for our birthdays or anything. So when Christmas came, we got presents, and it was so exciting and so fun. And that's my dad fixing a tractor that one of the kids' boys got. And I just have to show you this cute dress that I got for Christmas that year. I think it was kind of a pinkish orange, whatever color that might be, but I loved it. Peach? I don't know. And then I finally grew into this dress, and I got to wear my sister Nola's dress. Lots of hand-me-downs, I'll tell you that. This is our family. So these three sisters right here sang a lot. They went everywhere and sang. They did a beautiful job. Nola is the sister who's 6 years older than me. And I was in the 2nd grade, and I was sad because Richard was being naughty and they were punishing him somehow, getting after him. And I was mad at Mom and Dad for getting after him. And that's Dave and David, and this is our little brother John.
Susan's not there yet?
No, not
that's
yet.
right.
She'll
Because
come.
it counts small. Okay. That's
That's my wonderful parents. I love them to death. Well, I guess they are there, aren't they? Yeah. I'll talk to you about them in a little bit. Let's see. The one on the left, my oldest sister was married. I was 5 when she got married. And her husband was called on a mission. So she came back and lived with us. And Elena's the next one, and she was probably close to getting married. They got married pretty young. And then that's Susan. That's me and Richard. And this one over here, we're just getting ready to go to school. Right there. So I was probably in 1st or 2nd grade there. And those are my siblings. See that school? That's the one I went to. The one on the left is the school. Yeah. And the one on the right is the school, church we went to. And if you look right over here, where is that? I'm not very good at this. There. If you look right here, this is called the recreational hall, and that's where we had primary. We went there.
Did your church have a basement?
Yeah, there's a basement right there.
What's that funny? That's where they beat the children.
That's where they what?
Beat the children. The bad ones.
Okay, this is my school class. And the reason I chose this one is because this is my 3rd grade class. Can you find me?
Looks like the left to you.
Which one do you think I am?
the left.
Right here?
Yep.
Look at that tall handly thing.
Call it.
And you know what I was so mad about? I had to wear long brown socks. I hated them. And look, my friends, they didn't have to wear long socks, except these.
Except everybody else was supposed to.
But I just was so mad that Mother made me wear those socks. But she wanted me to be warm. The other thing about this picture, this was the year I was baptized, and my dad had a horrible back. It just hurt him so bad. And he was trying to get me to get my uncle Don to baptize me, and I said, nope, only you. And so Dad did baptize me. But I remember coming home, and I just felt so clean. I didn't want to do one thing to even get myself dirty. I felt so clean. I realize now that I was really, actually, I was feeling the Spirit, but I didn't know that at the time. My best cousin. You guys have favorite cousins?
Go ahead and name them.
I
Anybody
am, but
right
I'm
here?
trying to find a pointer. Okay. Can you tell which one's me? Which one's me?
The one with the white thing.
Yeah. An aunt of mine gave us all her old clothes. She had hats and all these dresses and heels, and we just had a great time playing dress up, my cousin and I. Her name is Deanna Williams. And this one is my best friend. She's the one that the teacher had me sit by so that I'd stop crying. Her name is Helen Bingham. Then we had to move back to Roberts because things didn't work out at the church farm there. So we moved back to Roberts. And that's how I looked like when I was 10 and 11.
Back to
And
Sarah.
at that time, the
Seriously.
big thing on this one is that we lived in this one house, and one of the boys broke the window. It's the door window, and he broke the window. And we didn't have money to put the glass back in yet, so Dad put in cardboard. Every day I'd come home from school hoping that there would be a glass in the window. Nope. It seemed like forever. Then one Saturday, Mother and Dad went shopping. When they came back, they had a window. And they set it on the bed while my dad was preparing to get the window all set up. And I was so excited. And I went into the bedroom where the bed was, and I was just so excited because we had a glass. And I twirled around and around and landed on the bed. Guess what happened?
It broke the window.
We
I
had
read that book, so I
Oh,
know
you
what happened.
did? So then we had to put cardboard back in the window for another few weeks.
I also
Makes it
read
easier for the
long
burglars.
leg salad one.
What?
I also read the long leg salad.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell that story, did I? After that, we moved to the most magically wonderful, amazing place in the whole world because I was becoming a teenager. And it was called American Fork, Utah. Actually, it is now called, oh my word.
Yes, there's still American Fork. It's still American Fork.
It's an American Fork.
There's American and Spanish Fork.
But there's
Yeah, but this is American Fork.
like Pleasant Grove and all these other places, Linden and
Oh, no. And I'll just tell you what it is when it comes to it. I don't know why. This is the house we lived in American Fork. And it was a fairly decent house. We now had a car called a Buick. The thing I liked about this one was two things.
It says Highland, is that where it was?
Highland, yeah, there it is. Anyway, I won't point. There we go. The thing I liked about this house was there were two living rooms. We call that one the parlor. There's a door here and a door here. And I like to run through there, open the door, jump on this, and jump down. I did that so many times. One time I did that, but I forgot to jump on here, and I went, shroom. And the other thing I loved is this tree right here had a branch just high enough for me to do pull-ups. I'd run out and do several pull-ups every day. One time I went out with this one guy. He had a Honda kind of a motorcycle type thing. And we went somewhere up into the mountains, and I saw a tree and I saw a branch, and I just started pulling myself up and down. And he's going, whoa, you can do that? So that was fun.
Was it Highland?
Yeah, Highland.
Was it a
We
stranger?
went there. Where's the pen, Will?
Excuse me, was it a what?
A stranger?
Did we?
A
I didn't hear it.
stranger.
Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Stranger. Stranger danger. You're careful.
I don't know what you mean.
Shanine wants to know what you were doing with the guy on a bike. Or did we already cover that?
What?
What were you doing with the guy on a bike?
Oh, he just asked me out. We he took me for a ride up around the Alpine.
Oh, you never let us have bikes when we were teenagers.
I didn't have one. He had
What
it.
were you doing perusing around with the guy with you?
All right. The one on the left, I just got my braces off on the one on the left. But my hair was so curly, we didn't know what to do with it. Finally, the one on the right, Mother took me and had me get what they called back then a neckline. And it worked out a lot better, but it's still a lot curly. It's still really curly, but I was pretty close to 16, maybe about that time. Susan was born when we were here. And the thing is, Mother was 47. And I'll tell you, I feel really bad for her. I remember when she told me that, she said, I came home from babysitting and she said, how would you like to have a new brother or sister? And I'm going, what? Huh? No, yeah. And so I got a little sister and she's such a cutie. But Mother, it was really hard on Mom, and I took a lot, I had to take care of her a lot, even at night sometimes. But it was worth it.
How old was the oldest compared to Susan?
How old was what?
Abe. How old was Abe?
Wait,
Abe's not the oldest?
Geraldine's the oldest.
Oh.
She was about 26. She was 26. Susan had lots of nieces and nephews when she was born. Another highlight that I loved in American Fork was we had what you called golden green balls, and we'd decorate the place so much. And then the teenagers did floor shows. And the one, the right thing here, there, the one down here, that's me. And the guy that asked me to dance with him is right there.
That's not Grandpa!
Anyway, it was just so fun. We just had so much fun with the golden green balls. They were just great. These are the friends that I had there. Karen Day was my friend. And Alan Day right here. He and I, we went a lot of places together. We had a lot of fun. We went to movies and dances and so on, and I'll show you. See this right here? This is my very first corsage. I still have it, and it looks just like that. Isn't that beautiful? And these are the dance cards that I had back then. It's so fun. This is a really fun thing. I was going to graduate from seminary that night. So I came home from school to get ready to go to graduation. And on my bed, I found that dress. Not that one. That would be a horrible dress. But I found a dress that looked similar to that. And I was so surprised, and white shoes to go with it. And I'm going, Mom. She says, it wasn't me, it was your brother David. He bought these for you so that you can have something to wear. So sweet to have siblings that do so much for you. Okay, we went back to Dayton.
Start buying some dresses, Dave.
We moved a lot, didn't we? And that year was kind of not a very fun year for me. It was my senior year. It was really rough for me to move back away from all my wonderful friends and people. But it was okay. It was nice. But the fun thing is about this little program here is that must have been my dad's program, because he's always drawing something somewhere. Kind of like some people I know. And this one right here on the right, we all had to buy a suit. So we bought a suit, for me. I don't even know if they bought it for me or if they borrowed it. But the gloves were my aunt's. And you can't see it, but the gloves are pink, and on my head I had a pink hat. But you can't see it, unfortunately. But that's what we did for our graduation. Then, okay, I have to tell you some funny things. After I graduated, I worked at the cannery. And we were sorting beans. And as we sorted beans, there was this big bug, this big. And none of us wanted to pick it up. None of us. We got sticks and tried to, get it off of there. No, didn't go. Guess what? We watched it go right into a can. I could not eat another can of beans for a very long time. After that, I lived with my sister and her husband and went to Weber State for just a quarter. That's all the money I had. Then I went to live with another sister and helped her before she had her baby. Then I worked at the Barbizon and went back to Weber State and went to school again. Then I started dating this really neat guy named Dee.
No,
And
That's not Grandpa!
and we just had such a great time together. We'd go hiking
no,
and
you didn't.
No, you didn't! Not without Grandpa! Had a terrible time.
Anyway, we had a great time. I really liked him. I thought he was a great kid. But you know what? One of the sad things is that I knew that he wasn't the right one. And the other thing I knew was that I needed to serve a mission. I knew that without any doubt. So he took me home one night and I kind of said, I think I'm going to go on a mission. And he was quiet for a long time and he said, well, what about us? I felt so bad. I finally had to say, I'm sorry, but I really know I need to go on this mission. And he cried, and oh, that's hard.
Broke his heart?
Yeah, I felt so bad, but I've had my heart broken.
Shut up!
So there I am, getting ready to go on my mission. And I'll read you what that says, and you tell me what you think it means. Very hempian, ikoyan tuhian, yes it's in 316, kiyosuko.
What missionary of the Church of Christ?
Who said that?
Me.
Okay, whoever said it was right.
No, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't say loud enough.
Okay. And this one on the right is their country costume that they wear. It was a beautiful place. Christmas time. You know what? Christmas time, when you're on your mission, you get lots and lots of presents.
What? I don't remember that.
And we got nuts for Christmas, and my roommate and I didn't have anything to crack the nuts with, so we used our, I don't know what that is. I thought it was a bottle of milk, but I think it's a sugar. It's a glass jar anyway. We use those to crack the nuts. And this, Michael knows who this person is. The one right there in the middle. She was my companion, and we had a sing-along thing, and she was singing. But anyway, her name is Sister Posseman, and her daughter works with Michael. Isn't that something? I wanted to show you the tree because the tree, they always, I don't know if they do now or not, but they always use candles. Seems so dangerous, but so beautiful. They use candles for a lot of things. Another companion, I think we were in New Vascula. And we do clean our house on a mission. I don't know why I put that there, it's fun. Except we used to rent ice skates. There was a little pond across where we lived, and all the elders and all the sisters would go out there and do some ice skating on our P-Day. I went to Weber State, and look, it says I made it. And I'll tell you, if there's any miracle in the whole world, it is that I made it. I never thought I would. But I graduated right after I got married. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But I graduated from the Institute as well as from calling in child development. But when I was married and David was about 12, Heavenly Father wanted me to go back to school again so that I could get my teachers. And so I did. And I made it through that one too. What a miracle. Yeah. Okay, here's our wedding.
That was 2 years?
There, finally, there he is. When, I know, I like it too. When, the year of 671, my brothers that are younger than me were engaged to get married, and I had nary a boyfriend at that time, not a prospect whatsoever. And when I went through the line that Uncle Richard was in, he gave me a hug, when he got married, I mean. He gave me a hug, and he said, "You'll find yours before Christmas." I said, "Oh yeah." I had decided that I was going to be one of these people that didn't ever get married. And I was okay with that. I thought, okay, I'll just go back to school, finish school, and teach school. That's what my plan was. But between that time, your grandpa and I found each other, and we started dating, and we were just...
How'd you meet?
Well, the first time we met was what you would call a computer dance. Now, what do you think that kind of a computer would look like?
Size of a room?
It was, yeah, they were big. You just put your information in there and they just mix it all up and have you dance with somebody that's closest to what you were like. And Grandpa was on my card. He was one of them on my card. So we met there, and then he ended up being in the same ward as I was. He used to lean over, he'd sit behind me and he'd lean over and he'd go, "Hello, Miss Dolly." And I'd say, "It's Dolly." He'd say, "No, it's Dolly."
Looks like Russ.
This is when we came out of the temple. This is when we showed each other that we loved each other.
The first one? Looks like Dave.
A little bit. I just like this one on the right. It's not a very clear picture, but I love it.
There's a quilt.
Oh yeah. My sister sang at my wedding reception. My Aunt Lucetta played the piano. My sister and 2 brothers sang. This is what our line looked like. It's what we did in those days. Opening present. Doesn't your grandpa look handsome? Woo! Let me tell you about the cake. I didn't have any money and my parents didn't have any money. My wedding was a very, very non-expensive wedding. My sisters made the cookies, Mom and Dad did the frappe, which was ice cream and 7-Up, I think, mixed together. And so my mother-in-law says, "Well, are you having a cake?" I said, "Oh no, I can't afford one," and that's okay, I don't need one. "You need a cake." And so she made sure we got a cake.
Aww.
So sweet of her. And that's your great-grandfather Green and your great-grandmother Green. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
that's Grandpa Green's. Yeah. And this is my parents, Mom and Dad, and my grandmother. If you look at my dad, he looks kind of weird, doesn't he? He suffered a heart attack weeks before I got married. So he's not feeling very comfortable right now. And my grandma Dalley, which is your great?
Yeah.
Great.
So just great for me.
For you, it's great.
Is that Stella?
Yeah.
Stella!
This is on our way to the honeymoon, and I was wishing that we could get what was written on the card, but it's kind of hard to see. But we're on our way to southern Utah.
Whose house is that?
That's where we lived, but we lived around the corner where the steps were down in the basement.
What kind of car is that, Mom?
Excuse me?
What kind of car is that?
That's your dad's first car, his beloved car. It's not a Pontiac. You know what kind of car that is.
Chrysler?
It's like a hot rodder anyway.
He's no communist.
Well, there we go. Hot rodder.
I can't even think of it.
It's okay. Continue.
All right.
Gross.
I want to see my babies.
Oh, I know which one's the most handsome guy.
Which one's which?
All right. Here we are. There's David. Oh, David's so darling. There's David and Russell. David and Russell and Michael and Will. There's David and Russell and Michael and Will and Stephen and Linda.
Mark always has a conniving look on his face.
When his teeth came in, they were really, really big. Made him all the cuter. And here we are with Sarah finally.
About time, Sarah.
And there we are all together.
Better color than Will in that picture.
They put you on a box.
That's your grandpa. I think he was a handsome young man. Before he went on his mission.
No, seriously. It's David. Who's that?
Grandpa loved to run.
That is a
And if you look,
Look at those leg muscles and how that.
if you look right here, you'll see your Uncle David and Russell and Michael. And over here, Will and I are over here somewhere. And I don't think Stephen was born yet. But he did this when he finished, he ran over to the side and threw up and he said, I'll never do this again. And he ran 4 others after that.
Look at those leg muscles on the left side.
Yeah. He had the muscles on the leg, that's for sure. So Grandpa served in the army. He served a mission. And his most favorite thing he loved more than anything else was the temple. He loved serving in the temple. That was his happiest time. And this is what else Grandpa loved. I think that Linda went to Okay. This is my school days when I taught school. I just have one slide. Just a few pictures. It was just I never ever thought I would ever get my dream job, and my dream job was always to teach school. And I did. And my father works things out so well, doesn't he? He knows what we want, and he helps us achieve it when we try. And this is my mom and dad. And my dad, I wish I had one in this suit, because this is what I think of with Dad, my dad. Out on the farm working, milking cows, but you know what? His love was not the farm. He always wanted to be a geologist. Is that a rock one? Yeah, the rock. He always wanted to be a geologist, but it was in those days, those hard days of depression and so on. And he was only able to go to 1/4 of school, and so he couldn't. But he was a hard worker. He worked hard, and also he was a wonderful priesthood holder. He worked hard and accomplished his priesthood duties. Then my mother, my sweet mother, always making the most delicious bread you could ever taste. So delicious. But not only that, whenever I needed to talk, I would just say, Mom, can I fuss with your hair? And she'd lay her head on my lap, and I could just talk to her about anything I ever wanted to talk to her about. The wonderful mother. My grandma and grandpa Butters on the left. I didn't know them very well. My grandma Butters, right there, had long hair, and as far as I know, she never ever cut it. And the only memory I have of her is when she stood in our kitchen and she had her head flopped down and she was brushing her hair down like this. She had very long hair, and then she'd pull it up and put it in a bun. But the thing I remember about my grandma is that, well, the thing I didn't know her very well. But when I was expecting David, I could feel her with me the whole time. And after David was born, she was gone. She didn't ever come back, but that was wonderful to have her there. My grandpa Butters, I really never did get to know him, but I've read their histories, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. And this is my grandma and grandpa Dalley. And as you know, my grandma was at the wedding, and she died about the time Stephen was born. So she lived a long life. I loved her, and she had a very strong, beautiful testimony of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And she would tell me so many stories about her grandmother, who knew Joseph Smith, and she told us about him and how she loved him so much. Now my grandpa Dalley, didn't know him. I didn't feel like he ever loved me at all. But one day after I'd finished school, the second time college and graduated, I laid down on the couch for a minute to wait for David to come home from a date. And suddenly I saw my grandpa, this grandpa on the left. He was right there in front of me, and he was smiling at me like he just loved me and was so proud of me for accomplishing what I had done. And my grandma was there, but I couldn't see her, but I heard her say, "Do you think she can see you?" He says, "Oh yes, she can see me." And that was such a precious thing for me to feel the love of my grandpa. It just makes me know how much they are aware of us and how much they love us, even when they're on the other side. Oh, you want to see our homes just quickly? That was the first one. David and Russell and Michael lived in that home. It's just a cinder block house. That I made that dress actually, and I was expecting Russell pretty quick about that time. And we all know this home, except some of you younger ones don't know that one. But that's where we used to live. Just to see the back of it, see the cozy living room, just kind of remember our sweet home that we lived in. All right, this is the last part. These are the things that make me happy, and there's a lot more that I could put in here, but I didn't put that many things. But here's something. See that dress? My dear daughters, it's called a lounge gown. And on Sundays, I used to put it on because it's so comfortable after church, not to church. Which one of you daughters told me it was an ugly dress?
Say anything like that.
Anyway, look over in the corner, and who do you see reading the enzyme?
Is that Dad?
Yeah, that's Dad. That's the fun part. And I like to play the piano. And I love this picture. But does anyone know why there's a clothespin on his?
Nothing came off.
Lucy's baby shower.
Was it?
Yeah, I took the picture.
Really? Why did he have that on him?
I don't remember. I just remember it was Lucy's baby shower.
Oh my word. Well, it had to be at Shalene and Russell's Willie's home.
That's our sofa.
With the red couch.
The couch is red.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
recognize that one.
but I do love that picture. And last year, while I couldn't breathe, this was the most wonderful thing I could do. It was just so helpful to me to have something to do. And whether you liked them or not, I love making each and every quilt for each and every one of you. It was such a joy for me. And I love all the people in it, and there's some that aren't in it that I love too. But there you go. All right. This is my last slide. And this is what makes, if I don't cry, this is what makes me the happiest of all. I'm so blessed and privileged to be able to attend the temple often. I can go 2 or 3 times a week if I want to. And it is the most peaceful and beautiful place a person could ever go. You can feel the Spirit so strongly and receive some of the answers that you need to receive. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful. The reason I love that picture of the Savior, I love the eyes. The artist depicted his eyes so beautifully. They're so full of love, but not only that, you look at it and it just looks like he can see right through us. He knows each one of us perfectly. He loves each one of us absolutely perfectly. There's not a person he doesn't love, and you can feel his love everywhere you go. And I love my Savior. I know he lives. And I'm so grateful that he went through, although it's hard to think he had to go through all those horrible things. I'm so grateful he did, because he had the power to die anytime, but he went all the way through and finished it so that we could go to the temple, receive our covenants, and it opened up the way so that we could live with our Father in heaven again. I know he lives, and I am so grateful. And I thank you all for being so good. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.